ability to be able to communicate effectively also matters. All right, so we should learn how to communicate that builds, communication that builds relationship. It matters. Then we'll talk about customer care. Customer care, building good relationship, with clients, help understand, their needs better, leading to happier customers. In case you're working in a customer-oriented environment, but let me say this before we proceed, because in customer service, because I did, I used to coach people on customer relationship management. Do you understand? I used to coach people on customer relationship management when I was with the Chartered Institute of Customer Relationship Management. So I used to coach some people. I knew that I understand that in the workplace environment, the employee in the workplace environment are your clients. They're a client to the employer. So if you're a manager, your employees, the subordinates are your customers. We call them internal. We call them internal customers. If the staff in a bank are the internal customers, so you have to take care of them and make them happy to make the external customers happy. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So customer care is not just about people who walk in to buy a loan, but the people that are working in the organization themselves are customers. They must be happy before they can make those ones that are coming outside to buy also happy. Otherwise, you see, they will be working so reluctantly, they will be working so sluggish, they will not be attending to issues as they're supposed to attend to. So it delays the work process. Do you understand? And then customers end up suffering and complaining, and then some even stop buying and quit coming and doing business with you. So that's why you must make your internal customers happy before the external customers. Do you understand? So customer care is very, very important. Then we'll talk about workplace culture. Build good relationship, building good relationship, all right, enhance or promote a friendly and supportive work environment. Do you understand? So workplace culture, it's not just you're working as an independent person. You just this is my responsibility, so I'll focus on my job. No, at times you need to learn some kind of support. Do you understand? To a struggling colleagues, and then some people may also come with emotional problem. You need to assist them to overcome their emotions. So that's what it means. So whenever you have an opportunity to contribute, to support a struggling staff, then you have to do it so that that staff can be able to overcome the situation and then be able to contribute to the success of the project. So this is how important it is to maintain an effective and quality relationship both in the personal and the professional setting. These things we have discussed here, if you put them to practice, then you are going to enjoy life. You're going to enjoy career life, your personal life. You're going to enjoy so many things that may attach to it. So go and network. Go and build good relationship, network. All right. Somebody is inviting me, and then she wants also some members of the institute to attend a conference in US. It's a good opportunity to network. It's just that I'm still weighing the factors because capital intensive to attend a conference. Do you understand? So we're still weighing the factors. But if you can sponsor me, I'll go. So somebody among you should volunteer to sponsor me. If you sponsor me, I'll attend the conference and come back with this more knowledge to come and share with you. All right, thank you very much. So let's move on. Let's look at the strategies for building strong and healthy relationships based on emotional intelligence. What are the strategies for building strong and healthy relationship based on emotional intelligence? All right. So let's look at strategies that you can put in place to build strong and healthy relationship for when you deploy the tools of emotional intelligence. All right. Number one is know yourself. In other words, self-awareness, right? In other words, self-awareness. Know yourself. Know yourself. Who are you? Are you living in self-denial? Do you know at some point I live in self-denial? I gave you an example of when I was serving with Ecobank, right? When the manager asked me, Joshua, it's all way. I said, oh, it's way. Why it was no way? That's what we call self-denial, all right? Oh, it was no way, but I say it was way because one, maybe I was trying to avoid a situation whereby maybe the manager may call those my immediate supervisors and try to talk to them concerning my matter. They may feel that I reported them to the manager or something of that nature. So I try to avoid such kind of conflict. And I don't want it. I just had 1 year to do with them, so I don't want a situation whereby someone will come and be looking at. Although I have the opportunity of being retained in case I perform well. You understand? So, and in fact, when I finished my NYC, it's just that at that time Ecobank was not retaining. Otherwise, but even at that, there was so much pressure on the new manager that came in because the manager I served under, he was transferred about I think 1 month or some weeks for my passing out period. So a new manager came. So when they asked him to keep me, he was that Ecobank policy. But assuming it was the former manager, the matter of discussion, it was whether policy or no policy. They would have kept me maybe at the branch level and be paying me at the branch level, pending when the bank may leave the policy to employ. But you understand? So, but the new manager came and then it was. But when I left Akwa Ibom and returned the call that I should, if I'm in Akwa Ibom, I should bring my CV for engagement. And by then I told him, I'm not coming. I'm off. You understand? Because it was not a permanent one, it's a contract. So I just said I will not go. So that's what it means. So I didn't want to create an environment whereby it will be suspicious. Do you understand? So that was self-denial. But it's good that you know yourself and how you can respond to certain situations. But to some extent, if you look at it, it was a self-denial, but at the same time, I tried to put my emotions to use. Do you understand? So that I will not go around my mouth and then end up criticizing people, and then the manager himself will be looking at me as a bad person. So that's how you criticize your authority, your bosses or leaders. Do you understand? So I withstand that temptation and I maintain my position that all is well. So it was left for him to use his own discretion and intuitiveness to determine that this guy is not happy. So he'd have to transfer me to another branch. Do you understand? As simple as that. So I say my name. I say my situation. So that's why we say that it's not every conflict that you resolve. There are some certain conflicts that you have to manage. So not be today I start. We don't start when I never knew anything like Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management. I use my emotions well. I refuse to engage in anything that will create conflict. You understand? I try to maintain my position. So the manager uses his own position and determine that I'm not happy, so he transfer me. And then the problem was solved without hurting anybody. Do you understand? That's what it means, without hurting anybody. So sometimes you manage conflict. Sometimes you resolve conflict. Sometimes you transformed conflict. That is what it means. Are we together? I hope you are understanding me. That is what it means. So know yourself. Know yourself. Be aware of your own feelings and how they affect what you do. All right? Let me give you an example. I have given you an example about myself, but let me still give you one example. If you are feeling anxious before a meeting, all right, recognize that emotion. Instead of acting out or acting on it, take a moment to breathe and calm down. Yes. Sometimes you have to do a presentation. What do? You know, before I used to move around NYC camp to talk to core members. I'm still doing it, but before, if you go, when I started initially, sometimes if I go, you know, I'll have, when my time is approaching to do my own presentation, I'll be yawning, I'll yawn and yawn, I'll yawn so frequently. Do you understand? Just to reduce the tension. Do you understand? That's to reduce the tension. And then you breathe. So you can be breathing. By me, basically, what helps me most is yawning. I yawn a lot when I'm feeling so anxious. But to some people, it may just breathe in and breathe out, and then they go on with their presentation. So that's understand. So when you see somebody stand on the podium or to talk, and they say before they start, you know that's what we're talking about. It's feeling anxious. Do you understand? So understand others. Apart from understanding yourself or knowing yourself, try to know others too. Understand others. Understand how they feel. Try to study people. Try to observe people. Be a born psychologist. Observe people. Understand how they are feeling. I told you my manager understood me because of the way I was feeling. I'm giving you an example on that manager because I consider him to be a good manager. Because a manager who cannot know what is going on with their subordinates is not a good manager. You must, sometimes they will not tell you anything. It's an employee come into the office, and this employee, you know that is a lively person, social, jovial, and interacting with everybody on a normal frequency, and then suddenly this kind of employee started withdrawing from people, doesn't interact, limited in discussion. Then you know that something is wrong with this person. So as a good manager, what do? You corner the person, come to my office, see me in my office. What's wrong with you? I noticed you have not been yourself. This is not you that I knew. So tell me what is going on. I want to know. Do you understand? They may say there's no problems, I'm fine, there's no. You are not fine. I know you. And for the past 1 week, I have been observing you. You are not the person I knew. So tell me what is wrong with you. So knowing others matters a lot. Do you understand? And it's one of the strategies to build healthy relationship. Because by the time this employee is able to reveal the secret and you are able to help them solve the problem, then you can imagine how strong that relationship can be. You can imagine how they go to respect your leadership, and is willing to go all the way with you to support you to succeed as a manager. Do you understand? So that's what it means. That's why you must know others. As a leader, you must. The reason why nothing works in our country, sorry to say this, the reason why nothing is working even in our country, Nigeria, in most countries in Africa, is simply because we are far from the people. We don't know the people we are leading. Do you understand? We don't know even their expectations. So come as politicians and make our promises, fake promises. At the end of the day, we go and do whatever we want to do. They told us that fuel subsidy was the problem in this country. If we remove fuel subsidy, we enjoy life, quality life. I don't know whether you have been seeing queue in the filling stations. This is not Christmas time, but we are seeing queue. We are struggling to buy fuel. Do you understand? The other day I told you how I left from here to church. From church, I left church 4 a.m. I went and queue. I bought fuel around 11 a.m. I was just on the queue. So you can imagine that. Do you understand? So now you want to buy fuel now. Those guys, all those black marketers, they are just selling those guys are doing it on the street. They are selling 10 liters. Sometimes buy as high as 12,000 in Abuja here. So this is the problem. So knowing yourself and knowing others matters. So if a co-worker looks upset, ask, are you okay? Some of you don't ask, you don't care because it's none of your business, right? But it's your business as a leader, because if that employee fails to do his job, you fail as a leader. Because whatever outcomes that may come as a team may not come, and you are the one to blame, to be blamed as a manager. Do you understand? That's why you must care. You must show concern. I am here if you want to talk. This shows you notice their feeling. Do you understand? You can give them an opportunity to share with you, or you can invite them to your office. Like that manager invited me to his office and say, Joshua, are you not happy to work with me? Do you understand? I said, I'm happy. But you are not demonstrating it. I am seeing it. You're always sitting in one place. Do you understand? He understood. So be that kind of leader. Those that are working with me here, time I look at their face, are you okay? Do you understand? Because if they're okay, I will know. And if they're not okay, I will see no. And anytime I ask this question, I get an answer. I get the result, what I want. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So let's do it. If I've not been doing it, I know most of us have been doing it, but now, you knowing this now, still strengthen you to do more. All right. So listen well. Another thing is you listen. Okay, in a professional setting, one of the strategies to build healthy relationship, or in a personal setting, is also to listen. Listen very well. Listening is as good as communicating. If you can communicate, you must listen. Because I just say to you, ask yourself, how do you feel when you are communicating with somebody and the person is not listening to you? How will you feel when you communicate to someone and the person is not listening to you? Do you understand? And the person is not listening to you. How do you feel? You feel bad, right? So that's what it means. So that's what it means. So another thing is speak clearly. Speak clearly. Share your thoughts and your feelings honestly, all right, and kindly. Sharing your feelings honestly and kindly also is a good way to go. Example, if you disagree with a project idea, say, I see your point, but I think we might get better results if we try this instead. You know, that's, you are trying to disagree with somebody, but we are not doing it the way we do here. You are doing it as someone who undergone training on emotional intelligence. You are doing it as someone who is being trained by the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management. Do you understand? You disagree in a professional way. You are not telling somebody, no, 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 we cannot go with your idea. No, 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 that is a very bad idea. That's a very bad idea. We cannot even try it. No, 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 no. Don't say it that way. First and foremost, acknowledge the effort of the person to even suggest a project idea. Do you understand? Then bring your own suggestion. Bring your own suggestion. And then so let them now look at it and determine which one is the best. so they can go with it. Instead of condemning somebody and then say, "Kai, that's a very bad idea. We cannot even try that one." Do you understand? And in most cases, people that behave like that, they will suggest their own. It's the worst. You don't even dare to try it. So control your feelings. Another strategy is you control what? Your feelings. So keep your emotions in check, especially during tough word conversations. Because some conversations may provoke you, make you feel like reacting, and then responding in a manner that will jeopardize the process of the communication. But you put your emotions in check. You are feeling like you should, sometimes there are some people that when they chat me, I have to reason again before I respond. If I respond the way I feel initially, my response will be tough. Even at this, sometimes people say, if you read my reply, sometimes it's as if it's tough. Do you understand? So that's what it means. Because sometimes to provoke you. Build trust. Okay? So in case you are feeling frustrated in a discussion, take a deep breath before you respond, so you can stay calm and thoughtful. Do you understand? That's what you should do. So build trust. This also matters. Show gratitude. Acknowledge and appreciate what others do for you. I know you are paying them salary. Some of them you are even putting food on their table. Some of them you are not only just paying them salary, you also feed them. But sir, man, take time to appreciate their contribution, their effort. Manager, you come to the office tomorrow in the morning, gather your subordinates, appreciate them and their contribution, how far they have helped you to achieve what you have achieved as a manager, and how far you have come. Do you understand? That's what it means. And how far they have helped the organization to be where it is today. So take time to appreciate the contributions of others and what they do for you, all right? If a teammate helps you meet a deadline, say, "Thanks for your help. I couldn't have done it without you." There's no harm. No, don't be so braggadocious and feel that it's you that have done it. You have someone's pride will not allow us to appreciate people. Someone give you a help, an assistance, but someone died in my in-laws place, and then they say that we have to contribute a certain amount of money, or they say we have to buy something, and then my wife sent her own part of contribution, and the woman's son, the one that is like the eldest son, just go and was criticizing the contribution, and criticize and criticize and criticize and criticize, and even threaten to return what my wife contributed. So what happened? What happened is that my wife is the eldest, so the younger ones that are also married now say they are not contributing anything. If what my wife contributed, they are criticizing, then they are not sure what they are going to contribute. And so what will be the result? So it's better not to contribute to anything. So who lose? So who lose? So who lose? Do you understand? So the little that maybe they would have gotten from the rest of them, say they're not going to contribute anything. So it's because of the behavior of that person. Even if it was not enough, the first thing you he could have done was at least appreciate what was given, and then maybe make a kind of most suggestion or observation. Do you understand? Based on the need on ground, and solicit for more support rather than criticizing what was done. So that now block the other ones completely. They say they're not going to give anything because they're not sure to give what my wife has given. They're not sure they can give up to what my wife is gave, or even give above. So it's better not to contribute. So that's what can happen when people don't appreciate. So appreciate, even when you have some kind of reservation. You can appreciate first before bring out your complaint. Do you understand? So gratitude, show gratitude. Very important. So be open to change. Be open to change. Resolve conflict peacefully. Whenever there is need to resolve conflict, resolve it peacefully. Don't be shouting and nag me and quarreling everybody around. Just try and maintain a peaceful, resolve conflict, what would say amicably. As much as possible, resolve conflict amicably. All right, the last thing we're going to check for today's class, we're going to look at the techniques for managing interpersonal dynamics, right? Interpersonal dynamics, fostering trust, and resolving relationship challenges, right? What are those techniques? Clear communication. Instead of saying, you never listen, you could say, I feel ignored when I am not heard. Do you understand? So that's why you say, I feel ignored when I'm not heard. So I think it's better than you say, you never listen. You never listen to me. Women and their husbands' conversation. You never listen to me. Whatever I say in this house, nobody, you don't care. Do you understand? So it is it is a problem. So what you do is say that I feel ignored when I'm not heard. I think it's more profiting to communicate like this than to attack and criticize. Thoughtful listening, right? Thoughtful listening. So listen thoughtfully. Then, you know, there are some times when somebody's talking to you, you are listening and you are thinking something. Do you understand? Something is running into your mind. You are just thinking of the best response you can give. You even weigh your options of response before you reply. Do you understand? So that you will not provoke the situation and things like that. So listen thoughtfully. Thank you. So understanding feelings. In a conversation, understand feelings. In interaction, understand feelings. Do you understand? You must understand how you feel and others feel. Knowing your limits. Know to what extent you can go, do, say. If you do not know this limit, then you will have challenges in life. Some people talk, they are so rapacious, they'll just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. It's like they have not diarrhea, they just talk and talk, they don't even know their limits. Even when somebody they're talking to is not even having interest to listen, they still talk. They will just be talking. Can't you just know that this person is no longer interested in your talk? So just end it. Go cut it short. Solving disagreements, addressing issues directly but calmly can lead to solutions. So if you and a colleague have different ideas about a project, you might say, let's sit down and work out a plan we both like. You understand? Instead of attacking and saying, which kind of useless idea is that? And he to say, when you say you want to is useless. So people are just criticizing each other. But instead of doing that, come, guy, let's sit down and look at it so that we can work something together. So work out something together. Do you understand? It's better that way. Then creating trust, encourage others, give positive feedbacks, right? And this helps to strengthen relationship. Give positive feedback. Sometimes the feedback may be even negative, but there's a way you present it that it's create understanding, an atmosphere of understanding rather than an atmosphere of discord. Do you understand? So your feedback should be well presented, even if negative one should be well presented. Being open to change, be willing to change, no matter what happens, be willing to change. So tomorrow, we are going to look at module 4, and we are going to look at how you can apply emotional intelligence in leadership. Applying emotional, so if you are a potential future leader, or you are a leader now, maybe in your family, in your organization, in your community association, what do you do? Try as much as possible to join this training tomorrow, right? Try as much as, and then if you are a potential future leader, like you are preparing yourself for leadership tomorrow, try and be part of this training tomorrow, right? Apply emotional intelligence in leadership. So we'll be looking at emotional intelligence in leadership, the characteristics of emotionally intelligent leaders and their impact on organization, importance of emotional intelligence in effective leadership and decision making, case studies. So we're going to bring out case studies of those leaders that have used their emotional intelligence well in addressing issues so that you can see. And one of them that we'll mention is Nelson Mandela. Do you understand? So try and be part of tomorrow's training so that you can enjoy it. So thank you very much for being part of today's training. For those of you that have indicated interest in our Peace Clinic, we say that the Peace Clinic is starting tomorrow. Some of you have been assigned the topic already. A topic has been assigned. So and we are going to use a flyer is being created. So we're going to use that flyer to promote the Peace Clinic tomorrow. So try as much as possible to be part of tomorrow's Peace Clinic. You join the Peace Clinic. Those of you that are participating in this training, try as much as possible to join the Peace Clinic. You can ask them questions. Those that are going to be in the panel of discussion, you that are going to listen, you can ask them questions as well, because we'll take your question, they will respond, as well as the question that will be asked to them in the studio as well. And then you can also just make comments in the, so try as much as possible to join the Peace Clinic tomorrow, you the listener as well, and also be part of the conversation. Some of you can come and see how they will do. Maybe that will give you opportunity to do your own differently, or do better, or whatever, but it may be an avenue to also listen to them and then. Okay, so make time to create time to be part of the Peace Clinic tomorrow. It's by 4 p.m., 4 to 5:30. So after that, our training continues by 7 p.m. in the evening. So thank you very much for being part of today's training. And I can see people are making comments here. Let me see if I can see any question that I will answer. I will attend to it quickly before I proceed. Mr. Francis, this your response is very funny. Now, you say that yes, the fuel issue in Nigeria is pathetic. Having crude oil does not mean we have fuel. The same as a farmer that has cassava cannot claim that he has gari unless the cassava is processed to gari. Yes, he only has cassava. But that is not the truth. We have crude oil, we have refineries are not working. The unfortunate aspect of it is that one person just volunteers, okay, let me build a refinery that can be, at least let's produce something, let's process in our own country. Since the state one are not working, let the private one, they are still frustrating this individual. So what do we actually want? It's a very serious issue. What do we actually want? Sometimes we don't want to talk about all those issues because it's one of the things that cause hypertension, cause pains, unnecessary pain. So it's all right. So those, if we're not in our WhatsApp group, let us know so that we add you in the WhatsApp group so that you can know what is happening. And then for those of you that have been grouped to be in a peace clinic, take your topic, research it, study it, so that you can be able to make your presentation well. And then you can decide to reach out to yourselves and then have it. It's not possible. Just study it on the individual level, because on that day you're going to respond individually. It's not going to be a group response. So individual responses, because the same question we ask one person, will ask all of you to respond based on your understanding. You understand? So it is possible. So good night. Have a wonderful night rest. We'll see you tomorrow by 4 p.m. and then another time 7 p.m. tomorrow. So have a wonderful night rest. Good night.